I'm sitting here at the back entrance of Juan Diego Catholic High School. This is the place where our students and faculty park their cars and enter every morning on their way to school. The back of our school is as much of an entrance as the front of our school. And just like there are multiple sides of a building and multiple entrances to a building, there are multiple sides of Juan Diego that we wanted to represent. Most artists' depictions of Juan Diego show him to be humble, small, a petite man, but we also understand that Juan Diego had a tremendous amount of courage and strength to do what he did on behalf of the Virgin Mary. We worked with several artists, but none of them were able to capture the strength and courage that we were looking for in an image for Juan Diego. And then one day, Monsignor Fitzgerald, the Vicar General of the diocese, it was a Saturday morning, and he was going through the mail, and he came upon a coffee table book that was a commemoration of the 400th anniversary of the Diocese of Santa Fe. And he just flipped the book down, and it opened the page to a depiction of Juan Diego, and that depiction was exactly what we were looking for in the kind of strength and courage that we wanted to show with an icon of Juan Diego.
Where I was born and raised is Mesquite, and Mesquite's a little farming community 250 miles south of here. And one of the churches is called Tortugas, and there's a Guadalupe church in Tortugas, and they have a 12th Guadalupe day, but they have a 3-day celebration. And I grew up with this. There's a pilgrimage going up a mountain where there's a Guadalupe shrine up there, and they say Mass. So I remember as a young man, it's about Guadalupe, okay, and it's about Juan Diego. And then all of a sudden, your principal, Gayle Colosimo, finds me and we start talking about what he's looking for.
We flew down to Albuquerque to meet Sonny Rivera. We met him in his studio, and it felt like he was going to be the right person, the right artist to do exactly what we needed. He really understood our vision of what we wanted to try to depict in a strong and courageous Juan Diego.
What they want is something that could not interfere with their main hallway. And they want something up on top of the administration offices. So we came up with this bas relief.
We wanted to mark the hall as clearly Juan Diego Catholic High School. And so the bas relief served that purpose. It's a large 3,000-pound structure that sits kind of gloriously above the main entrance to the high school administrative offices. The second sculpture that we had Sonny do of Juan Diego is here to the south entrance to the high school. This is Juan Diego Way, and it's the place where our students and faculty cross every single day on the way to school.
Myself, coming from a small town, there's a lot of field work. There's a lot of cotton. It's all manual. Juan Diego is more of a working class person. So you're looking for what style, okay? So there's working class of what depends on what you did. What kind of shoes do you have? What kind of clothes? Well, they didn't have Levi's, so they had more like something that was comfortable so they could move and work. They also had a tilma, like a sheet. They cut a hole in the middle of it and put it on, and it becomes a tilma, and then you cut it off to where it won't be dragging.
When you examine the work of Sonny Rivera, you'll notice that there's a tremendous amount of care and attention paid to the detail. Everything from his facial features to the authenticity of his dress to the manner in which he walked, to the walking stick that he used. When you experience the statue of Juan Diego inside of Juan Diego Way, you get a feel, you get a sense of this was the Juan Diego that was walking to Tepeyac Hill every day on his way to Mass. In a way, Sonny's story, Sonny's life, was parallel to the life of Juan Diego. Juan Diego was in his late 50s, and when we met Sonny, he was 60 years old. And what he was doing was trying to recreate himself, reinvent himself. And in the same way, Juan Diego was reinventing himself. Sonny had been a barber and realized that that was really not his life's vocation. He had always been kind of an amateur artist, and he decided that he was going to make the shift and become a full-time artist. This was happening at the exact same time that we met Sonny, so we think that the timing was perfect and somewhat fortuitous because Sonny and Juan Diego really have, in many ways, parallel kinds of lives and experiences.